Hello and welcome to your next practice. Today's practice is about exploration. So we'll be taking poses that we probably know pretty well, changing them slightly to see how that makes us feel physically, mentally, emotionally. Maybe if we have the feet closer together, we feel we have less balance. Does that throw us off? Does that make us feel vulnerable? Maybe if we have the legs wider apart, we feel more stable, grounded. Or maybe not. This is going to be about you exploring the postures and then exploring how they make you feel physically, mentally, emotionally. It's about tuning in, an exploration of body and mind and spirit. So we're going to start with a breathing exercise. Come to a seated position that suits you. Feel like the crown of the head is lifting up towards the ceiling, the elbows sinking down towards the earth. And with the eyes closed or with the gaze at the tip of the nose, find softness in the face. There's no need to furrow the brow. There's no need to grip with the jaw. You can relax the tongue in the mouth. You can relax the eyes in the sockets. And then just become aware of your natural breath. Focus upon your natural breathing rhythm for a few moments. Explore where the breath goes to. Obviously, it will begin at the nostrils. But then where does the breath go to? Is it the belly, the rib cage, the chest, maybe all of that? Is it the front body? Is it the back body? Without judgment, just notice, explore your breath and everything connected to it. Explore the speed of your breath. By that I mean just notice how long it takes you to inhale and notice how long it takes you to exhale. And now, without disturbing the pace of your natural inhale and exhale, take your hands beside the body with the palms facing up. If you need to blink open your eyes to see, then you can do so, but close your eyes or take the gaze back to the tip of the nose. So the palms are facing up and the arms are down beside the body. And then with the pace of your own breath, Begin to raise your arms slowly, slowly upwards with the inhale. And at the peak of the inhale, have the wrists in line with the shoulders and just lift the fingers as high as they will go towards the ceiling. And then pause for a moment between the inhale and the exhale. Turn the palms to face outwards, and then with the natural pace of your exhale, take the arms slowly back down until eventually your fingers meet the ground. Pause at the end of the exhale and roll your palms to face up. And then with the pace of your own breath, you'll begin to reach the arms upwards, palms facing up. And whenever you reach the peak of your inhale, reach a little higher as if you want to touch the ceiling. And then pause, holding the breath in for a moment, and roll the palms to face out. And then slowly, with the natural pace of your exhale, begin to take the hands back down towards the earth. Whenever you reach the end of the exhale, you touch the hands down, holding your breath out for a moment as you roll the palms to face up. And then continue this practice. I'll let you practice with your own breathing rhythm now. Do one more round. When you're finished the round, just relax for a moment and explore how you feel. Feel your body. Notice how you feel mentally and emotionally. Explore again your senses. Take your attention to the whole physical body, the whole physical body. Feel grounded and settled in the seated position that you're in. When you're ready to do so, gently blink open your eyes. We're going to change the cross of the legs. We're going to continue with a little bit of exploration. So hands will wrap around your shins. And with an inhale, so a slow inhale, we tilt the pelvis forward, lift the chest, feel like you're pulling the arms back if the elbows tuck into the sides, lifting breastbone, chin and tip of the nose towards the ceiling. And then exhale, tucking the chin in towards the throat, rounding the spine, curling the tailbone under, spinal flexion. And then inhale, sitting tall back in a neutral position. Lean slightly forward so that we're slightly forward bending, and then begin to turn your torso in moving first towards your right. So turning the torso, shoulders stirring around the hips. Do one more in this direction. And the next time you lean forward, change direction. So you're circling the shoulders around the hips. 3 times slowly. And whenever you're finished your 3 circles in this direction, lift the body back up so the shoulders stack above the hips again. And then from there, you're going to take your right ear towards your right shoulder and just let the right ear sink down. As the left shoulder gets a little longer, you feel the left shoulder sinking down towards the floor. Feel like there's a little weight on your left elbow. So the outside of the left side of the neck feels lovely length. And slowly come back up, and then take your left ear towards your left shoulder and let the right shoulder get longer. Feel like there's a little weight on your right elbow. Take your head back up. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears and then bring them down towards the earth. Slowly squeeze your shoulders to your ears and squeeze them back down to the earth. Squeeze your shoulders to your ears and back down to the earth. You might sync it with your breath and back down. So just explore the sensation of letting the shoulders lift and sink. And maybe choose to let it be like a massage. This is like releasing any tension, tightness, worries or woes from those shoulders that carry so much. You do not need to hold the weight of the world. You do not need to hold the weight of the world. So keep shrugging the shoulders and sinking them down, slow or fast. Again, explore what feels good. So a fast movement might feel better, or super slow motion. Choose what suits you. Do one more. Now keep the shoulders away from the ears. From here, we will side bend. So the hands will come down beside the body. And then we'll lean up and over, taking the left arm over the left ear and just drape it over. So really let that left arm be heavy. The right elbow might come a little closer to the floor. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you'd like a block stacked underneath your right elbow or forearm. And just let the left hip get heavier. We're just going to explore this shape and what it feels like. Feel what you feel. Notice what you notice. And we're going to switch sides. So your left hand goes down, your right arm drapes up and over, and you lean over to your left hand side, trying to keep the right sit bone grounded. Maybe you'd like to keep your left forearm on the ground, or maybe you'd like the arm straight. Whatever it is, that suits your body best in this moment. Trust it. And then explore the sensation. Explore the reason why you chose the particular variation of the posture that you chose. And then slowly rise. And we'll come to an all fours position. So all fours, knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders. And then we'll do our planche position. So we'll lean forward and explore the weight into the hands. And then lean back, putting the buttocks closer to the heels. Forward and back. And usually, when I offer this as a warm-up, it's very much about warming up. But today, it's about exploring the weight distribution in the body. So go slower than you normally would. And just feel what it's like to put weight into the hands. Do they take it equally? Are your fingers getting involved? What does the wrist feel like? And then notice the weight moving back into the knees, the shins, the feet whenever you lean back. Are you loading both sides of the body equally? Is that a choice? What would it feel like to do something different? Maybe you'd like to just press one foot or one hand a little further, a little firmer into the ground. What does that feel like? Maybe you could switch. So just explore. Maybe you'd like to take one hand out of the equation and just do your right or your left hand. So I have my right hand on my breastbone as I lean forward and back now. Just seeing what that feels like. Interesting. And whenever you feel you want to, you can swap hands if you've chosen anything like that. You may still have two hands on the ground. And then whenever you are ready, so take a couple more rounds if you need it. Come back to an all fours position and set up neutral so that you feel like you could stack a cup of coffee on your sacrum. You could have the back of your neck in line with your spine and your shoulders above your wrists. And just close your eyes and feel. What does it feel like to be still now? And then same position, neutral position with the spine and the pelvis. Take your hands wider, so outside, to the very outside of your mat. In fact, I'm going to take my fingers off the mat and just have my thumbs on the mat. And then just feel, can you maintain the same position? What does it feel like to have adjusted slightly? Feel your body. So today's practice is all about internalizing. It's all about sensing and feeling. We might do complicated postures, we might not. It's about feeling and sensing. Now move your hands towards the center of your mat. You can cross your thumbs if you like. And then same neutral position in spine and pelvis. What does it feel like now? Now take the hands back shoulder distance, our regular all fours. And let's explore cow and cat. So let your belly sink down towards the earth as you lift your tailbone, your rib cage, your breastbone, move forward. You lift through your throat and the crown of the head. And then exhale, tucking the chin towards the throat, rounding the upper back, the middle back, the lower back. So you're in an angry cat position. And then with your own cycle of breath, so your own pace, explore the cow and the cat a little more. In your own pace, exploring the articulations of your spine. So they say that the spine should articulate like a well-oiled bicycle chain. So now we are lubricating that chain. We are exploring each and every vertebrae, and we are making it more limber. And we are teaching it to move independently of its neighbor. And while we're doing all that, we're enjoying the spinal extension and the spinal flexion in our bodies. Naturally, are you inhaling in the spinal extension of cow pose or exhaling? And naturally, are you inhaling or exhaling in the spinal flexion of cat? And whichever you are doing naturally, without being asked to do one particular version, can you switch it? So if you were exhaling into cat, can you now inhale? And if you were inhaling into cow, can you now exhale? And if you were exhaling into cow, can you now inhale? And if you were inhaling into cat, can you now exhale? So just explore. And do one more full cycle of breath with a cow and a cat. And then come back to a neutral position. Beautiful. Now, walk your hands wide so that your thumbs are on the outside of your mat. And then from there, curl your toes under, lift your knees, and let's do a wide downward dog. So the arms are much wider than they normally are. Walk your feet out so your big toes are on the outside of the mat, but your toes are off the mat. Extend your hips up and back. Really wide downward dog now, with just as much connection into the hands and the feet that you would in your regular dog. But just feel the difference. What does it feel like to be here? And we're going to hold the downward dog for some time, exploring the sensation in the body. As usual, there's space between the shoulder blades and the spine. We feel the connection of the triceps sinking down towards the floor. So there's an external rotation in the head of the upper arm. But you press down into the thumb and forefinger of the lower arm, so you feel like the lower arm is slightly inverted. So you're really pressing down the inside of the lower arm. And the pelvis feels almost buoyant, like it wants to just lift up and back towards the top of the wall behind you. And if you're feeling you're tiring or fatiguing, maybe you'd like to take a break in a child's pose, absolutely. Or we can continue to explore the sensations in this downward dog. Just be in this downward dog. And slowly lower your knees back down to the earth. Walk your knees back in underneath your hips and your wrists back in underneath your shoulders. We're going to do something a little different. Walk your hands to the middle of the mat, cross your thumbs. Keep the arms in this position, curl your toes under, and now take another downward dog. This time your upper arms are very close to your ears. Walk your feet in just a little closer. They don't have to come to the middle of the mat. The insides of the feet don't have to touch, or maybe they will in a moment. But just make sure that you feel balanced and stable. How are you rooting through your hands now? Maybe you'd like to explore bringing the legs even closer, but keep the sense of a downward dog, so the hips lifting up and back and that long, lovely spine with the ears in between your upper arms. Explore the sensations of this new downward dog. What is it like? How does it make you feel? Maybe you feel a little bit odd and off kilter. That's probably true because this is different. And does that make you feel excited and like this is fun? Or does that make you feel annoyed, like this is weird? How does it make you feel? And just bringing the awareness to that is all I'm looking for. This is about exploration, feeling your body, being with your body, true embodiment. If you haven't brought your legs fully together, maybe you'd like to explore going a little closer and still maintaining the downward dog. What is it like? And then we'll release, bring the knees down to the ground. Well done. Separate the feet back to hip distance and the hands back to hip distance. Beautiful. Well done. Back into your neutral. Okay. This time we're going to take small rotations. So take your right hand to your breastbone. I'm making a fist, or you could have the hand flat. And then keep your pelvis level, but bring your right elbow out to the side and your elbow out to your breastbone out to the side. Slight rotation to your right and come back down so that the forearm is parallel to the floor again. Let's just do 2 more of that. Up, elbow points to ceiling, and you rotate back down towards the earth, and then elbow points towards ceiling, and then you rotate back down towards the earth. Put your right hand back down, left hand comes to your breastbone, and then you rotate your waist to the left and come back down. Rotate your waist to the left and then come back down, and 1 more. Rotate your waist to the left and come back down. Put your left hand back down. Now separate the hands a little wider. Separate the knees a little wider and keep the tops of the feet firm on the ground. This time we're going to do reach unders. So right hand stays grounded, left arm reaches underneath the right arm as far as it'll possibly go. And then you come back up, and then left hand goes down on the outside of the mat, and then the right arm reaches under the left arm as far as it'll go. And then the right hand goes back towards the outside of the mat, and we reach under the right arm with the left. And then we replace the left hand where it started, and we reach under the left arm with the right. And then just continue this. Let's just continue. Who knows when we'll stop? What does it feel like? Can you go deeper or maybe not as deep? Do you still feel stable in the legs? Feel sensations in the physical body, and feel all emotions that are attached to the slow, steady practice. We'll do 1 more either side. And then release. Come back into your regular old all fours. And just feel, close your eyes. What does it feel like to be in a position that we've done a lot, now we're used to, that our body almost does automatically? And maybe it feels a bit newer and fresher. And maybe your nerve endings that are supplying information to your brain are just a little bit more active. Maybe. Curl your toes under now. Take a regular old downward dog, however you like to practice it. And then walk your hands, or walk your feet, should I say, forward to your hands. And come into a standing forward bend. Standing forward bend. Keep your knees slightly bent as you need them to be, so your whole chest and belly are on your thighs, and let your head hang heavy. I'm going to hold here for maybe, who knows, we're just going to hold here. I'm not putting time limits on this practice, and that's something that I'm exploring. Not giving as much instruction as I normally would, just letting this practice be a bit more open and explorative. Feel what you feel, notice what you notice. Don't listen for the next instruction, just be in the moment that you're in. And here comes the next instruction. Sweep your arms out to the side and up. Lengthen into extended Tadasana. And just feel. Release your arms back down beside the body. And we'll move into normal warrior one. So let's keep the right foot the front foot. So the right ankle is underneath the right knee. The left foot's going to step back about 3 feet. There's at least 2 fist distance between your heels, the width of your legs on the mat. The left second toe is pointing towards the top left-hand corner of the mat. Bend the right knee so the right knee tracks above the right ankle. Keep your rib cage down. Reach your arms forward and then all the way up in line with your ears. Warrior one. And then I'm going to challenge you slightly by telling you to close your eyes and just sense the body. So usually when we close the eyes, we get a little bit wobbly because we've lost a little bit of, I suppose, spatial awareness. But now we can really tune into the body and all it has to offer. So are you feeling any tension or tightness where it does not need to be? How is your balance today? If you're feeling very heady, up in your head, root down, let the feet ground and let the head follow. If you're feeling a bit lethargic or stuck or lazy, then maybe you want to bring more activity into the body. You want to feel a little bit more energy. Reach out through your fingers. Feel everything wake up and enliven. And then slowly release your arms back down beside you. We're going to switch sides. So step left foot forward to the front of the mat. So now we're back in a square position with the 2 feet side by side in parallel. And then the right foot is going to step back about 3 feet. Toes slightly angled about 15 degrees to the side. So your second toe of that right foot is pointing towards the top right hand corner. Take your left knee above your left ankle. Feel solid and stable in the legs. Reach your arms forward and then all the way up so your upper arms frame the ears. And you got it. We're going to close the eyes if they're not already there. And we're going to sense and feel and be. Really tuning in. What's your body craving? Does it crave more stability? Or does it crave more length? Maybe you'd like to walk the front foot or the back foot back a little or forward a little to create more length so you feel more stretch, openness, spaciousness. What is your body craving? Honor it. And then we're going to step forward to the front of the mat, release the arms. Okay, same posture, warrior one, but we're going to step the feet really wide, right out towards the outside of the mat. Keep the front foot where it is. Keep the right foot where it is. And step the left leg back so the ball of the foot stays on the outside of the mat, but we angle the heel in so slightly. And then you'll have to work a little bit into the outside of the right thigh to take the right knee out over the right ankle. Keep the posture of the spine nice and neutral so we're not overarching the spine. Reach the arms forward and up. And maybe take the arms out so we're creating almost like a Y shape. You're the Y in the YMCA. And see what that feels like. And then distribute the weight through both feet as you see fit. Close your eyes and just feel your body. Feel the emotions, feel the thoughts, notice the thoughts. Just be. And then slowly releasing the arms, stepping left foot forward. Left foot stays on the outside of the mat. Right foot steps back about 3 feet. The heel draws slightly in. Use the outside of your left leg to take that left knee exactly above the ankle. Reach the arms forward and up. And then move the arms out to the side. Palms facing up. You're the Y in the YMCA. And then just feel. Feel. Notice. Be. Just be. Embodied, present, mindful, aware. Blink open the eyes, release the arms, step your right foot back to where it started. And then we're going to bring the feet very close. So either the big toes and insides of the feet touching, or just a slight bit wider, maybe 1 fist distance or less. So however you can get the legs together. Some of us won't be able to get the legs completely touching. That's absolutely fine. Let the right foot be the front foot and step your left foot back. But this time, imagine you're on a tight rope. Tightrope, that's what it's called. And the left foot is angled ever so slightly out to the left. So your heels are most definitely on the same line, like you're on a slack line or a tightrope. And then take the right knee forward above the right ankle. Reach the arms forward. This time reach the arms out to the side, palms facing forward, and bend your elbows. Maybe the elbows feel like they're sinking down into something invisible to create a little bit more activity in the underside of the arm. Then when you're ready, and if it doesn't cause you to fall out, close your eyes and just tune in. You will be intensely aware of your body when you close your eyes, because it will be much harder to balance. Tune in, settle in. Remember what I said before. Ground the feet and let the mind follow. Blink open the eyes, release your arms. Step forward, left foot beside the right foot. Same posture other side. Left foot stays there. Right foot goes back, but on the same tightrope line with the right heel dropping in slightly. You can go back as far as you need to. Take your left knee above your left ankle. The chest, the rib cage, they're facing forward. We're trying to square the right hip forward. Maybe there's a slight angle, but that's okay. All right. Take the arms out to the side, palms facing forward. Bend the elbows. Solidify the legs. So again, ground the feet, let the head follow, and close your eyes. And again, in the beginning, when you close the eyes, it might feel a bit unsettling. The balance might shift and change. Of course, it's okay to fall out. Why wouldn't it be okay to fall out? And if you don't fall out, maybe with a sense of gratitude, just be thankful for your strong and stable body. And if you do fall out, with that same sense of gratitude, be so happy for your strong and stable body and the ability to try again. When the mind is steady, is the body steady? If the mind is busy, is the body busy? Just check in. Blink open the eyes, release the hands, step the right foot back to the top of the mat. Well done. Okay, we're going to take one more playful posture and then we're going to go down towards the ground. One more playful standing posture. Okay, stand back to the middle of your mat. Let the left foot be your standing leg. Take the hands down beside you with the palms facing forward, but the shoulders are, the head of the upper arm rolls back and down so you feel openness across your chest. Step your right foot back just a little and put the ball of the foot on the floor. And then feel like your pelvis tilts slightly forward so the pubic bone lifts, the belly button lifts, the breastbone lifts. And then we're going to come into a dancer shape. So bend the right leg and just lift your toes up towards the ceiling. Keep your spine extended and just see where you get to. Just explore. Can you lift that right foot a little higher? Can you point your toes at the ceiling? Can you extend out through your breastbone a little more? Keep breathing. Go a little deeper if it's available to you, and then slowly right yourself back up to standing. Let's do the other side. So right leg is your standing leg. Take the left foot back a little, ball of the foot on the ground, toe tipping the ground. And then from there, bend your left knee. Lift your breastbone and begin to move into a variation of dancer. So we're lifting the toes of the left foot. It doesn't matter how high they get. We're lifting the chest and shining the breastbone forward and up the wall in front of us. Lift and open and open and open and open. And then slowly release to standing. Reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold all the way down to the floor. And then from there, walk your hands forward and your feet back. Just find a plank for a moment, strong and stable. And then release your knees down to the ground. We're going to roll or turn around and lie down onto the back. So turning around and lying down onto the back. We're going to do what I like to call flopping. So bend your knees and have the ankles underneath the knees. Reach your arms out to the side at shoulder height, palms facing up. Let both of your knees sink over to your left hand side. Keeping the right hand touching the floor, sweep your right arm up over the top of the mat and slowly turn onto your left hand side until right hand is on top of left hand. Then let your right hand draw up your left arm, sweep across your chest and flop over to the right hand side. Your head can follow it. Pick up your knees and bring them all the way over to your right hand side. Let your left arm sweep up above the top of the mat, keeping the back of the hand or the fingers touching the floor for as long as you can, until left hand is on top of right hand. And then left hand draws up across the right arm and flops over to your left hand side. The gaze follows it. Again, the knees come up and you take them down to your left. And the right arm sweeps above the head and the top of the mat and comes down to touch the left hand, stacking one hand on top of the other. And sliding now the right arm across the chest and back out to the right hand side. Gaze can follow. Knees lift up, knees go down to your right. Left arm sweeps above the head until eventually left hand meets right hand. And then it sweeps up right arm across the chest and flops over to the left hand side. The head can follow. Bring your knees up and over, and then the rest is up to you. Continue this exercise all by yourself. We're going to slowly stop the movement so you can finish the round that you're on. Then point your knees back up at the ceiling. Straighten the legs out, and we're just going to take a moment in Shavasana. So straighten the legs out, arms down beside the body, palms face up. And again, just explore your body, your breath, your emotions, your thoughts. Just explore. And then bring your attention back to your body, your whole body. Feel your body lying on the ground. So notice only the back body. Then notice only the front body. And then the whole body is one unit. And begin to wake the body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Move your hands and your feet. Take a stretch. And relax. And then bend your knees, roll onto one side, and come up into a seated position. I hope you enjoyed that. I feel so embodied. So the aim of the game was to feel embodied, but I'm really in my body. I feel open and calm, and that's exactly what I wanted to share with you. So however you're feeling, feel it, notice it, be it. And then maybe you can shift and move and explore to become something else. Enjoy you, your body, your breath, your mind, your emotions. Enjoy. Goodbye for now. Shia Kon.